Hello guys, so yet another lab report that doesn't really take place inside a lab. So this is the first vlog type video that I made in a long while. Might be about half a year ago that I even talked about any personal issues of mine. And well, I've been doing that on purpose because I always planned to have an object-oriented channel, you know, where people could watch videos no matter if they liked me as a person or not. But, well, I think that might have been not the smartest idea in terms of YouTube, because there are lots of channels that are very personality based, and I think I could do that, but I don't know, it's not what I originally intended with what I have been doing. But I feel like that I have grown attached to a lot of the viewers, and a lot of the viewers apparently have grown attached to me, so sometimes it's just necessary to share some thoughts and talk about personal matters. And well, since I haven't been talking about these things in a long while, there are actually a couple of rather big things that I have to tell you. And the first one is that until about a couple of weeks ago I still had a job, only a part-time job, but right now, and I guess as of July 1st, I'm actually living off of YouTube and, well, some other minor stuff that I'm developing in the workshop / electronics lab. But for the biggest part, YouTube AdSense revenue, Patreon and stuff like that is now paying the bills, and it's actually an exciting time because the long I can think, I always wanted to be my own boss, and now I'm actually there. So that's the first big thing. And well, if you have watched some of the most recent videos, you will see that I actually have created more content recently, and I'm planning to do so. If you're a little longer with this channel, you know that there have been times where it took me 10 days or longer to come up with something new. But I'm pretty sure that from now on I will be able to upload at least one video a week, maybe two, maybe sometimes even more, because, you know, I just have more time for working in the lab and editing, because that's also, I would say, about half of the work that goes into my videos is editing. And that's another point where my channel is very different from many other tech channels and DIY channels. I try to tell concise stories, a clear narrative, and I cut out a lot of the things that are not really interesting if the ideas in the videos were to be applied in a general way, other than just on the particular devices, for example, that I'm using in my lab. So I'm not just trying to tell a story, but telling a story that can make sense and that can help a lot of people. So that's the first thing. The second thing, and that's equally as important as that, as you can see, I've been, as I've mentioned a couple of times, I've been living here on the countryside now for 3 years. And I mean, this is some beautiful nature, and I really love to take hikes here and so on. But it's also kind of a lonely place. And well, of course I came by choice, but you know, I needed the space because I wanted to set up this workshop and live of it. And I mean, it's half of the time it's like living the dream. Half of the time it's just crazy. And yeah, I have a lot of friends who are living in the big cities here in Germany, and the closest is Cologne. And friends of mine have asked me a couple of times if I wouldn't like maybe to move in for at least a couple of weeks or months. So from September 1st on, I will have a room in Cologne, and I will stay there for about 2 months. Now, don't worry, I won't give up the workshop here or anything like that. But I guess I will be in Cologne for about 2/3 of the time. So now I have to jump over this little creek here. Yeah, so I guess I will be in the lab for about 1/3 of the time. and you don't need to worry, there will be at least as many videos as before, because I actually have several terabytes of pre-recorded raw video material that has to be edited. Lots of things, lots of projects I never came to make videos about. And while I'm in Cologne, I guess I will also meet lots of interesting people who might work in the tech world. And since I will be there with my car, I will also be able to visit a lot of industrial sites, I guess, and we can make like field trip videos and stuff like that. And I also hope that being away from my shop for a while will give me the time to work once again on more theoretical videos and read a couple of books again and stuff like that. So you don't need to worry about that. We also will make a lot of, or I will have to make a lot of preparations in order to live there, because it's just an empty room. So again, furniture needs to be made, decorations need to be made. This stereo system, this old stereo system that I upgraded with that line in and so on, it was actually the first thing for that new room. And yeah, I'm thinking about maybe bringing my editing computer to Cologne as well, because I will need some computer there to work on the videos. So those are the two really important things that you need to know, and that will explain why a couple of things are about to change here. And yeah, what can I say? Now that this is pretty much my job, or exclusively my job, has been sort of my job for some time now, but yeah, it hasn't been that serious before, and I guess I could use your help. I really need support more than ever, so if you wouldn't mind to kick in a buck, visit patreon.com/tpai. If you don't know how Patreon works, it's basically like a monthly donation. You can go as low as $1, and you can really retrieve from that and at any time. So if you don't have enough money anymore, or you don't like the content anymore or whatever, you can just pull out and that's it. So there's really not much risk in that. You can also make a PayPal donation if you want to. You can find a link in the About section of my channel. I will put a link to that maybe in the video description. Sometimes these links don't work. If you have any other idea how to support me, maybe you want to make a donation on another way, or you have something that you want to give me as a donation, as a material gift, then you can write me at inventordonations@gmail.com. And yeah, also all kinds of other ideas are welcome. I guess I'm also might have to think about other ways of making money with the channel. I've been flooded with offers from all kinds of Chinese retailers and all kinds of companies who sell like low quality, low price electronics, but I didn't reply to one single of these hundreds of emails that have come over the last couple of months, and I intend to keep it that way. And I guess that I will never make a paid review or something like that. I don't want to the channel to go that way. Also, that's not what my channel is about. Sometimes I make videos about cheap stuff or ideas that can help you to save money, but the main idea is still to use old stuff for something useful and maybe learn something along the way. That's the idea. Not buying cheap Chinese stuff. There are enough channels that deal with that sort of thing. And well, one thing might be merchandise. I don't know, maybe I will have to put out some t-shirts. I actually like to do that, and that is something I never came around to, but maybe I can do that while I'm in Cologne. So, well, long story short, I really could use some help at the moment, because this is a critical time where, well, fate or whatever will decide if this has a future. And in the long term, my long-term plans are to one day, maybe next year, find a new workshop, an actual professional place somewhere in the vicinity of Cologne. Well, it might be as far as a 50 or 100 kilometer radius. Doesn't have to be around the corner. But then I could live in Cologne with my friends and like visit the workshop every day. But I also would have the chance to separate like my private life and professional life a little more than it has been in the last 3 years. And basically there has been no private life because of the choices I made. So I guess everybody can understand why I need some change. I cannot go on like this anymore. But yeah, long story short, if you have any idea that could help me, let me hear about it, and see you soon.